Good morning, fifth grade, and welcome to our last week in April. As you all know, April is Poetry Month, and you've been working a little bit with Mrs. Steffens if you've been looking on her teacher page about poetry. But if you haven't, have no fear. I am going to go through a little bit through my slides about poetry and what your task is for this week. It's your writing assignment, one of your writing assignments for this week. All right, let's get started. What is poetry? Poetry is a type of creative writing that tries to help readers use their imagination and feel emotions. So it's often short and it's a lot of fun. Now, what we know about poetry. Again, it's short and sweet. Sometimes it is long. A lot of you like to write long poems. It sometimes sounds like a song. And yes, songs are poetry. So feel free to write a song. There is a lot of emotion. Even if it's funny emotion, there's still emotion. The writer has passion. You have to really think about what it means. Not everything is in a sentence. So remember back during our Dr. Seuss week, not everything ended in a period, and that's okay. There are many forms, meaning there are many different types of poems, okay? And again, it's full of feelings. There is also a theme. Your theme this week is going to be Mother's Day because May 10th is Mother's Day and we're planning out a little bit early and we want our moms to just fall head over heels with either your song, your rap, or your poem, whatever it is that you feel in your heart of hearts that you want to give your mom. All right? And they're fun to write. I want you to have fun with this. Sometimes they rhyme, sometimes they don't. And again, they're fun to read. So your moms are going to love them. I just know they are. Go to our next slide. How does poetry sound when we read it aloud? Sounds kind of sing-songy, right? Like the words belong together. It also sounds emotional, whether it sounds funny. There's many different types of emotions. Funny, sad, happy. Sometimes a poem sounds like a riddle. I hope all of you are familiar with riddles. I send them out often. Poems sound personal, like the author is telling you a secret. So when you're telling your mom something, you're telling her how you feel about her, or you're telling her something else. But you're going to be telling her something from your heart. Some poems sound motivational. They make me want to do something after listening to them. I do have a poem that's about running, and I've had it since high school because it's always motivated me to run fast. It doesn't sound like reading sentences and paragraphs, but somehow the words fit together just right. Okay, so parts of the poem. I do want to talk about this really quickly. So at the very top there, it says refrain. Refrain, you'll see, is a phrase or a line or a stanza that is repeated throughout the poem, okay? And then you have different lines. Lines, a line is a single row of words in a poem. Okay, now that group, you have stanzas. Stanzas are the groups in the poem. They're kind of like the paragraphs of your poem. Let me stop right there. I do have this little poetry book. It's called A Bug in Teacher's Coffee and Other School Poems. It's kind of a cute poem, cute poetry book. The first poem that I want to read to you, it's called Good Morning. Let me show it to you. And, oh, there it is. So can you tell me how many stanzas it has? Ooh, I know. It has 2. So if you see there, it has 1 and then 2. Hopefully you can tell me what the refrain is, all right? Because it's not always the top of the top lines. My hallways are clean. My classrooms are too. Good morning, I'm ready for you. My windows are shining. This day is brand new. Good morning, I'm waiting for you. Okay, so boys and girls, hopefully you can tell me what the refrain was. Gonna give you a second. Yes, it was good morning. Very good. Now, on this slide, I'm just giving you an overall view of what kind of poems you can write for your mom, okay? And I'm also giving you the definition, a quick definition of each poem, okay? For example, you have rhyming, you have a shape, you have a cinquain, you have an ABC poem, all right? You have a haiku. You have many different types of poems, but I'm going to let you go through that and read it. We do have a toolbox for our poetry, and let me quickly go through this. I know these words, you've seen them before, so they're nothing new for you. You have line breaks, which are writing in shorter lines to show the reader where you're breaking everything down, okay? You have a metaphor saying that one thing is something else, imagery, helping the reader form a picture in their mind. Repetition, you're repeating something over and over again. Rhyming makes you tap your foot, all right? Kind of like that sing-song. Simile, you're comparing using like or as. We've done that before. Personification, you're giving the human characteristic traits, okay, to something that is not human. For example, the stars are dancing in the sky. Stars cannot dance, just letting you all know now. Alliteration, using the same sound at the beginning of the neighboring words. Okay. Now, here I'm going through the words all over again, but if you go all the way over to the example side, it's giving you examples of each and every one, just in case you want to use them in your poetry, okay? Week 6, writing, Mother's Day poem. Yay! So, as you all know, Mother's Day is May 10th, and we are preparing early, yay! Your task is to create a poem. Now, a poem is in many different forms, all right? So, like I said, feel free to sing to your mom, but write down the song, send it to me. I want to hear it too, or you can perform it for me. That would be even better. And then send it to me. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear you sing. Rap your song. That's another type of song, and it's a beautiful form of poetry, okay? Or pick one of the other forms of poetry that you saw on the slide and come up with your poem for your mom. They're awesome ways that you can come up with a poem for your mom. All right, and you need to type your poem or write out your poem and then add a picture, either all the way around your poem or on the very bottom or somewhere. Add a picture, because this is going to be given to your mom on Mother's Day. You need to make it beautiful. Okay. Here it is it's Simon Mole. It's a quick link to a YouTube site. Use View Pure, and I will send that out. It's on my teacher page as well. But when you click on this site, he is going to spend about 9.5 minutes walking you through how to write a poem, what you need to think about. You're going to choose one word that describes your mom, and you're going to run with it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lastly, funny rap about animals playing football. Gotta watch it. It's really neat. And funny. So it might get your creative juices flowing to sing to your mom or even rap for your mom. In any case, boys and girls, I hope you have a blast with this project. If you have any questions, don't forget my office hours are on Thursday from 10 to 11. or feel free to email me before then, and I am here to help. Have a wonderful week.